Thank you for this interview. I'm Millie Diapodisa. This is Community Conversation. I'm with Mr. Kuperstein. I would like to begin by allowing you just to give some information about who you are and what exactly you do.
Well, I am president and owner of Double Eight Foods. We have 5 grocery stores in the mid-north area of town, and I have personally been with the business for close to 19 years now. My great uncle is the founder of the company, and he founded it back in 1957, which is more than 50 years ago. So we've been here for a very, very long time.
What does community mean to you?
Well, community for me personally, community means all the people living in a community. It doesn't just mean one part or another part, but everyone. And community for me personally is people working together to make their lives more better and in every single way. That's the community for me. Of course, there are different communities within the city of Indianapolis, but from a larger perspective, I always like to think of a community as being together, cohesive, working towards the goal of making everyone's life better. That's really how I see it.
Okay. In this current climate, what do you see are 3 pressing problems that the community faces?
Well, the first thing is obvious, I think, to anyone. That's jobs. I mean, we have a serious economic problem. It's not just here; it's everywhere. So we have deep concerns about that. Livelihood is really what I'm referring to. The other parts have to do with health and with matters of the welfare of people in general. People who have for one reason or another, bad circumstances that need assistance and need help, need aid. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you give it to them with money. I think there are different ways of helping people. In my case, the way I see us helping people is giving people jobs, when we can. And then the other way I see us working is bringing people up from whatever backgrounds they are to take on responsibilities in helping us run our business. And if I can come away at the end of the day saying I've done something like this, I feel really good about it.
With the economic circumstances that we find ourselves in, do you think there will be a demand or a request for innovative economic strategies going forward?
Definitely, it has to be innovative. It has to be along those lines, and that's what I think makes this country great. Is the fact that over the 200 some years we've been around, that is where we have excelled in every way through individuals who've innovated. In all sorts of ways, everything from the invention of a paper clip, which, by the way, we don't even know who invented this. And the man who did this probably didn't collect a penny. This is the most commonly used invention. I think it was an American, but I'm not really sure. But this is an innovation I'm talking about that somebody came up with at some point and made our lives better and helped us go forward. And that's really what we need now more than ever. We always need that, and we need that in the future for sure.
You spoke about 3 of the problems that we face. What are 3 beneficial aspects that you see currently in the community?
The good parts that I like about are the people, first of all. It starts with people. I am an optimist in general. I always like to think that most people are good. And unfortunately, the people that are not so good are the ones that get most of the noise, create most of the noise, and get most of the press. But I really think fundamentally most people are good, and they try to achieve and succeed in whatever they're trying to do to better their lives. So I'm encouraged by that more than maybe some other people are. So even though we're surrounded with criminals, and we have drug abuse, and we have alcohol abuse, and we have
the list goes on.
It just goes on, and we have issues and problems. But if you look at it from the other side, none of it is comparable, I think, to what the goodness of people and the way people help each other. We're known as a country that helps other unfortunates in the world. We have that reputation, and I think we do the same thing to when we face disasters in our country. People come out. When we have the recent shooting in Tucson, people come out. If you start looking at Americans that way, I think you'll find that overall that's the positive things about us that will carry us forward.
If you had to share with us a story that has been impactful through your walk in life, what would that story be?
Well, my story is that, and maybe many people don't know that I'm an immigrant to this country. I am one of those that came on a ship to America in the old traditional way, passing the Statue of Liberty. So that is my story. It's my personal story. When I came on the ship itself, it was in November 1960. Americans were having an election at that time, and I still remember, as a little boy, being enthralled with the whole idea of a president being elected, and hearing Kennedy's name, being mentioned as the winner of that election. So for me personally, Kennedy is as all immigrants, that's your president. Kennedy was my president. You see, that's how it starts. That's how the relationship with America starts. It started with President Kennedy. So for me, that is probably the most impactful episode of my life, because when I came here to this country, I did not know a word of English. My parents were not well off. My father had to work as a baking bagels in a midnight shift. We did not have, furnishings. We didn't know the language. And for me to be here today, speaking to you as I am, educated, I was the first one to go to college in my family.
Wow.
So for me, this is the most momentous change in my life that directed me towards the future. So coming to America is my story, and having to struggle through all that, I think has just made me a better person.
Before we conclude, I would like to give you the opportunity. Is there anything else you would like to add?
I just really appreciate the work you guys do. I really do. I hear about it, of course, from your champion over here. But I think that we need more of that. We need people to, and especially young people, to understand responsibility, and that you move ahead with hard work, determination, education. All of those elements that I hear about you guys doing. So I really congratulate you for trying this and doing this, and I just wish you much success in everything you do.
True.
All right?
All right. Don't forget to leave in the flyer, please.
Oh, what flyer is that?
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah, I knew it. We can do it. Make it happen. All you do is pursue it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.